I got some new ad logic to run an ad sign for 3 minutes every hour rather than spreading things out. So we'll see if that works. It should come up at some point soon. But in the meantime, I have this memory that I had last time we did this. Oh, hang on, we got to get the puppies in here. Come on, let's go. Where's my Ted? Come here. You know you want to.
He really doesn't.
Come on, buddy. He's got the shits.
Yep.
Oh no. Come on, mate. Come on. Time to go to work. Good boy. Good boy.
I'm just on a meeting for half an hour and then I'll come and get you, okay? Good boy.
Good girl. Good puppy. Let's see. Where are you in the puppy cam? Oh, just your bottom half. Let's get your top half. There you are. Ah, that's better. That's better. Good girl. Then you'll lie down and I won't have any of you. Never mind. We'll figure it out. I need one of those tracking cameras for you. Teddy, honestly, you don't have to sit on the chair. You can just sit on the bed. It's fine. Everything's going to be okay. Oi! No barking. Cut it out. Honestly, it's like a menagerie around here. It's like a menagerie. Hey, quiet dog. All right. How can anyone focus in this sort of environment? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Okay, so we were doing preferences, right? And for preferences, we needed categories. And I was trying to get categories to actually work. And the reason I couldn't get them to work is because we hadn't migrated the database. And then we migrated the database. So now the question is, do they still work? Yeah, that's the camera that you're booping. You're booping the camera. You guys need to lie down and chill. Yeah, you need to chill. You need to just chill. Then everything will be fine. Good boy. Honestly. Anyone would think they had a hard life, but they just don't. Okay, now. Yeah, why don't you dig a hole in the other bed to make it semi more comfortable? Okay, so what we were going to do is we were going to set a breakpoint in one of these. If I can, somewhere, finding the debugging. Oh, for goodness sake, Ted. You're more trouble than you're worth. More trouble than you're worth. Mind you, people say the same thing about me. Okay, debugger. They do say the same thing about me. Category. Repository. Okay, and we were going to see what kind of data we were getting back. So we would like to know if we hit that error, and then otherwise we would like to know what our categories are. So let's try reloading that and see what happens. Okay, we're going to get ads in about a minute, so we'll see if my code works. Basically, the goal is to reduce pre-rolls for as long as possible with the least disruption. Irish John made a very good argument today that it's better to run blocks of 3 minutes of ads once an hour, and then everybody just gets up and gets a cup of tea, which seems perfectly sensible to me. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, are we stopped on a breakpoint? We do not appear to be stopped on a breakpoint, but I think that's probably because we're not on the right screen. Let's go to the right screen. let's go onboarding. Now we're stopped on a breakpoint. No? Interesting. I expected that to work. It did not. And yet we have not navigated anywhere. Ah. Now apparently we have. Oh, yep. Something else happened. What was the error? Response 403 forbidden. Okay. Well, that's better than 404 does not exist. So I imagine that's got something to do with migrating the permissions table correctly. So let's have a look at that. Now, we have in our permissions API. Yeah, here we go. So that started. Yeah, it's got the right message now. We run ads in 3-minute blocks to give us an hour free of ads, including the dreaded pre-rolls. The streamer will be making an actual cup of tea. You could make one too if you wanted. And what scene has it changed to? That one. Yeah, it's kind of hard to read, isn't it? And it's still popping up the ad sign. I forgot about that. That's actually in the, that sign is in the overlay itself. So really, I could be doing this in the overlay too. And this bit, this is an OBS scene. So it's really hard to read, which is one thing. And I forgot about the ad sign in the overlay. So definitely some work to be done there yet. But that's okay. We'll get there. So now we need to watch and see if, well, nobody's listening to me anyway, but we need to watch and see if it goes away again after the 3-minute period. In the meantime, I'll try and figure out what happened with the schema, which is definitely not anything interesting happening. Actually, we would need to reseed it, wouldn't we? It's dev seed, I think. Yeah. So we probably didn't fix that. I'm pretty sure we fixed the test seed. Or is it the same thing? Might be the same thing. Category? No. So what did I change? View or no? Actually, hang on. LCD, that's probably why I can't find it. W bucket API. View or categories. It's in the test seed. Okay. So if we open that, we can copy these across to the dev seed. Interesting. So we panicked. We panicked when not yet implemented. We panicked when we tried to transition back to main. Okay, that's something to fix. We'll just rerun. Yep. Okay, so we definitely need to add that. And then the other thing was this. Under bucket's all right. We'll add this one. And then we need these ones so that all members can list and read categories. Yeah, that looks right. And then did I need to seed any of them? Oh yeah, insert into categories. I think I'm going to need to go back to making Sundays overlay day just so that I can catch up with some of this tech debt that I've accumulated. Okay, so the dev seed should now be on a par with the test seed. The only thing would be if I'm not sure if there's a unique constraint on that. If there's not, there probably should be. Categories. So what about in the schema? Yeah, did I put a unique constraint on it? Name, text, not null. No, I didn't. Probably should have. Excuse me. Yeah, that would have been sensible. Unique. And then that means that in the seed, we can do on conflict name do nothing. Seems reasonable. All right. So now we need to rerun the seed, which I'll do in another terminal window. So I can't remember if it actually, I don't think it actually reveals anything, but never mind. Need to take a couple of minutes to sort that out. Have to go through the old SSO portal. Using one password. And all that good stuff. Won't be but a moment. Go to the API. Try to remember what the name of the command is. That's it, I think. Yep. And then we used scripts. And then we used reset dev, I think. Sounds right. Was it reset dev or was it just migrate? I think it might have just been migrate. Yeah, because we've made a change to the schema anyway. Right, so then we need to go AWS SSO login, profile, that. Yep, that is the correct code. Allow. Request approved. Very nice. Okay, connection accepted. Blah, blah, blah. It's being rather slow. It's being rather slow. And finally it's connected. Should be migrating, should be seeding, reassign owned, beautiful. And that is done. So now, in theory, this should start working. Hopefully we should have the right password now. So let's go back here and continue. And this has died as it should. And hopefully we'll be stopped on a debugger point again. No, we're not. Possibly need a complete reload or restart. Profile. Onboarding. And now we're stopped. Okay. Stopped on the exception. What was the response? 403 again? 500 internal server error. Damn it. That is not what you want to see. What are the situations where we can throw a 500? Let's see if we can find some logs. I'll see if I can open this log window in a way that does not reveal any important information. Can't actually remember, to be honest with you. Well, let's have a look. Log groups. API gateway, dev API. What time is it? It's 20 minutes to 8. It's not that. This is looking good. Panic handler middleware recovered from panic. Why? Invalid memory address or null pointer dereference. So of course it is. Good old Go. But where? Where, we wonders? Resource category, category model all. List categories. Okay, that's all the information you can give me. Well, we can have a look at that. Let's go API, category model all. List categories. Well, at least the function got called. What is our malfunction here? Is it possible it needs restarting because I've migrated the database, or have I failed to migrate the database? Select ID, name, description, created at, deleted at, image ID from category C, where C deleted at is null, ordered by C name. Sounds reasonable. What does the null pointer dereference here? Do I get a line number? Category model Go 15. Yeah, it's this. So list categories. Why is that a null pointer dereference? Something tells me the database didn't migrate as nicely as I wanted it to. Let me see if I can open a terminal again without revealing anything too nasty. API. Bucket API. ASP blah. Oh, that's right. I had this business of taking the bastion up and tearing it down. Is it just up constantly at the moment? Good question. Let's try scripts. pSQL. See if I can scroll down off the screen so that it doesn't show any session IDs or anything like that. There we go. I should be able to move that into view now. Make it a little bit bigger. And there we go. So let's try describe table categories. All right. Well, it's definitely there. It's only got one row though. Apparently it's got more than one row. What the hell? Why did it say that it only had one row? Is that old information? Oh, I see. There's one row in the query for the table. Okay, so those are fine. None of them have been deleted. So the query itself, the database itself, has got what we need in it. Does it have a unique constraint on it, I wonder? Because that would tell us if it had been recently migrated. Oh, hang on. The created at would, wouldn't it? 742. That's now 749, so that makes sense. Okay. All right, well, I don't think that is our problem then. Seems to me. So what is? We've got a null pointer dereference. Or null pointer dereference. On queries? Is that what's happening? Does it not have list categories anymore? Because it's clearly got a definition for it. Have we failed to commit that change? If we look at our last build, oh, come on. Oh, that's right. It's FG bucket, right? And actions. That failed, but then this succeeded. And we ran a deploy. Task definition got updated. The image got published. The only thing that was different is that we changed the version of oh, it wasn't a pull request, it was a commit of the base image to avoid a trivia issue. We went to 122.5. Well, that doesn't really help us much. Just a random no pointer dereference does not help us. And the stack trace is not really that useful. Hang on, let's go a little bit further down. Env list categories. Handler func serve HTTP. Yeah, that's just normal shit. Guess the only thing I can do is try and output one of these just to see what it actually is. Is it possible that list categories doesn't exist in the built version? Somehow, did we fail to run, or did we fail to commit? Add images SQL? No. Did we fail to commit the built thing that runs when you do SQL C generate? Maybe. Anyway, we can commit these and we can add maybe dump this error, but it's a no pointer dereference, so you won't get there. It'll just panic. And then it'll catch the panic and the panic recovery thing. But all you get is a null pointer dereference, so you don't know which thing is the null pointer. I feel like it's probably M session queries. I swear I've seen this problem before. We've had this issue with the same library. And I can't remember what it was. It's like we just didn't run generate. But that's one of the steps, right? If we look at GitHub deploy, I'm sure we run SQL C generate somewhere. Maybe we don't. Maybe that's the problem. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's in the Docker image. Whoa. Generate? No. SQL C dev. Build image. Docker build, Docker tag. Get the secrets, pass the image. Publish the image rather. Deploy the task def. And send a Slack message. Damn. It has to be that SQL C generate hasn't been run. And I can't remember how I fixed it last time. I really don't know why Dockerfile is panicking here, but never mind. Install SQL C dev. Git config, go mod download, go build v, bucket API. Wonder if I'm supposed to run SQL C generate. I feel like I used to. Or did they take it out? Let's look at the latest version of SQL C and see what's going on. They went pro with this. They started a company to support it. What version are we up to? .27. I suppose I could always update. Do we still run? Oh, flashbang. Give me some dark mode, dark mode, dark mode. Dark mode? Dark mode? No? God damn it. Let's look for generate and see if that's still a thing. Yeah, maybe it's just not run. Or maybe I'm supposed to run generate and then commit the result. Oh, I bet that's it. Oh, well, that's the wrong version. And that's all the changes it wants to make. Yeah, no. Permission denied. God damn it. All right. Do I have SQL C dev floating around, or do you have to do it from the Docker container? I feel like my changes locally have already been committed, because if you look in here in DB models category, and then in DB, sorry, in query, we should have a list categories. Yeah, we do. So it's absolutely there. Is it possible I've failed to add it to the env? Have I not put it on the env object? I might have put it on the test one, but not on the production one. Categories, categories, category model. Category model just has all. And then we've got M session queries list categories. Store session. Let's make sure we've got it there. Database URL, blah, 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 blah. Queries is DB queries, which is SQL C. Damn. Looks fine to me. The tests are passing. What am I missing? Is it using an old image maybe? I could probably tell that, right? I can go to, probably not on screen, but I can go to ECS, in fact to ECR, and I can look at what images we've got. And our repository is dev bucket, and we've got the latest image, which is that digest. And it starts with E251. Hey, Bruce Malt, how you doing? Starts with E251. Bevy birthday stream. I know, right? It should be, but unfortunately today it's not. I'm doing some volunteer work on the Bucket app, which is kicking my ass because I can't find out why it's panicking. Nil pointer dereference. It's always a fun way to spend a Monday night. So we know that that's happening. So we can go to ECS. What was it? E251. And we can figure out which image its current configuration is using. So the service name is dev API, configuration and networking, task definition, API 76. And what image does that use? Oh, we got ads. That must have mean I've been on for an hour. Oh, interesting. It says the ad break ends in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Indeed. Hello, everything else. And hello to you. Currently, we're struggling with AWS trying to figure out why. Actually, if I put this on screen, do you actually learn anything useful? I feel like you don't. I'm always a bit loath to stream stuff with AWS access in it. I probably won't. But right now what I'm trying to do is figure out why, despite the fact that it works locally, the production build is not working. Should my face be doing moves? So what's happening there is that every now and again my camera freezes. It's very annoying, but thank you for reminding me. I don't know why it happens. It's very frustrating. All I have to do is change the FPS and it works again. Why? I do not know. But here I am again. Okay, so we know that we did a build on the 5th of August and it is now the 12th of August. So basically last week. And it was a successful build and nothing has really changed since then. But we also know that when we try and run a function, one of the functions that we added, which is, which is this one here, session queries list categories, it fails with a nil pointer dereference. And I'm 90% certain that means that list categories is not on queries, when in fact it is. So I have had this problem before and I can't remember how I solved it. I cannot remember. I'm reasonably certain that it's just part of the build hasn't run. But this code has been committed, so it should be running. So what I will do is I will add some additional logging. I will go something like, I'll just get the value of what list categories actually is. If it says function, awesome, but if it says nil, not so awesome. And then we'll send another build down the wire and see if it updates. Yeah, let's try that. So if we're going to do some just basic logging, we can just do printf, actually format printf, %v, current value list categories, and m session queries list categories. And we don't have formats, so we'll import it. Beautiful. And then what is your problem? It's a func value not called. Yeah, I know that. I just want to see what it is. Yeah, so we'll try committing that. We won't commit those three things. I wonder if it was a permissions issue. And debug. So now when we go here, we should get a successful build push through, but it'll take a little while, is what will happen. Doing its lints and then its tests. So yeah, I wonder if there are any other reasons why that could fail. Let's look at our route just to make sure that we haven't done anything stupid there. We know the route exists because we can hit it. We're just getting a 500 error. So we get an authenticated user and we check to see if they've got has permission categories list. which everybody has. And then we get list categories. So this router is on category router is on this route. Category router, env. And we are passing the env through to it, so we haven't made that mistake. And then we run, env list categories. So on the face of it, that seems reasonable to me. We failed our linter. God damn it. Oh, because there's that stupid warning. So annoying. I know it's a func value. I just want to see if it's null for some reason, because it's a null pointer deref. And I've had that happen to me before. Is there anything else that could be null? Could context? Context can't be null. Could the session be null? Super annoying. So you won't let me output that? Is that what you're saying? I can do it that way? No, I can't do it that way. Can I ignore it? Or is there a better way to find out what's going on here? When we look at the way we set it up in the tests, in test main, right? We do that. And then we pass the environment into the new router. That's no use to me. Oh, what did I do when I had this problem last time? I'm totally going to search Slack now. I realize this is about as exciting as watching paint dry, but welcome to my life right now. I applied for a job yesterday. I'm still waiting to hear about that. I don't have a huge amount of confidence that it'll work, but you never know. I feel like maybe I'll see it somewhere in the Git log because I will have fixed it before. Various upgrades, ignore CVE, include bucket, include resources for project lists, ignore CVE. Sometimes I'll come up with a Git message like, ignore brain dead error that you made that has stopped you for ages. Mention reset local. Fix JSON property, remove post title. Return post images properly. Seed some image object keys. Turns out you don't need the extra query. Okay, yep, see there's a long message of me being thoroughly confused about something. Sometimes I leave little notes for myself. This shit is overcomplicated. More brute force debug. Maybe that? What's in there? Log debug. Message format sprintf posts all. Actually, that does sound familiar. This is in list posts. Maybe that was it. I was having trouble with posts. Posts all. What about this one? Huh. Log debug. Maybe I could try the same thing with categories all. Where is that? Maybe I failed to add that somehow on the environment. It's possible. I don't think it's likely. Where is it? Categories all? Yeah, list categories. There we go. No, that's not it. But the thing is, the error is not, the error is, let me get the error. Let's go to CloudWatch. Log groups. Dev API. We had an unauthorized.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm just clarifying between those two things. Yes, at the moment.
Gotta find the right place. Wish I could put this stuff on screen, but I can't really. Once I eventually find where I was, should have kept that browser open. Seems to me. God damn it, where is it? Tell you what, let's just make it happen again. Since we seem to be able to reliably panic it, we will restart this and restart this. And there we have it. So that should give us a new log. Yep, there it is. So the error is invalid memory address or null pointer dereference, which is your favorite error of all time. And we call category model all. It comes from category model go 15, which is this. That's not going to work. So which is the null pointer? Category model all, which is this. What have I missed? I swear that I've had this problem before. Mention reset local, add assets URL, return the avatar ID. Image handling for posts and partial projects. No. Add member role on user creation. Update depths, no. Stop deploying, this is in CI. Correctly add image model. Maybe that was it. Images, image model, session. That's from the tester, I think. Hang on, let's make absolutely sure. Category model. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, that's different. Where is that? That's different. Handler router go? That'd be so cool if I've missed this. Oh, yes. Okay, phew. Okay, that was really annoying. I've got to remember to do this every time. Category model, session. No wonder it was nil. Got to remember to do that every single damn time. I'm going to add a note to the README right now. Oh, maybe I already did. Yes, I did. If you add it, for the love of everything unholy, make sure if you add a new resource type, you also add it in handler main test go. And handler, actually it's in router go, right? No, handler router go. Otherwise, you'll see a very unhelpful null pointer dereference that has no apparent relationship to the production code. Actually, that's kind of not helpful either. message that can be quite opaque to debug. Okay. Man, that's annoying. Cool. So now we can commit that. Yep. What did I actually change here, though? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Fix nil pointer deref. Note, if you're scanning commits for this issue, oh boy. If you're scanning commits for this issue, remember to check if you've added the any new resources to handler router go and what did we say? Main test go. Okay, so waiting for a deploy after that should actually fix our problem. Thank goodness. How annoying. Get rid of our AWS window and our Slack window. Who's on for our team today? Lots of people. Gecko the dev. I don't even think I'm following Gecko the dev. Let's see here. I am not, but I'm following now. Affiliate anniversary. Cool. You should follow Gecko the dev too. What about Sophie Cat TTV? There's lots of interesting people I don't know about. And what about in the greens? Let's check the green. We got Bad Cop. Just me and Bad Cop tonight. Okay. Oh man, now we got linter issues again. Could not import category. Of course not. Should have run the linter before I pushed. So I don't even know if I can run it locally. Okay, so that's wrong. And then we probably failed to import category in router. Yeah. Oh no, we did. What's the problem here? Handler categories go. Could not import resource category. Oh, whoops. Yeah, that's not great. Uh-huh. Why? Oh, I guess that wasn't saved ever. Okay. We're going to have an ad break soon. I think this time it's going to run for 3 minutes. Which we're trying to see if we can get rid of pre-rolls more consistently for like an entire hour this time. So if that works, I'm going to go and make a cup of tea, and I highly recommend that anybody else do the same. In the meantime, I'm going to run this build. Stray import. And hopefully that'll push to AWS while I'm doing this. with any luck. If the linter doesn't fail again. You know, I mean, these things happen. Okay, let's see what happens with the ads. Do we get our little pop-up happening? And is it 3 minutes when they eventually show up? Some point in the near future. I want my cup of tea. Damn it. Man. Twitch says they're going to do something and then they just don't do it. I mean, what's up with that? What is up with that? At least the linter looks like it's going to pass. Post-job cleanup, that's always a good sign. Hey, ad break ends in 90. Why is it running for 90 seconds instead of 3 minutes? I don't understand. I saved it. But it says 90 seconds even though I've set it for 3 minutes. Weird. Okay, well, anyway, you're probably not listening to me right now, so I'm going to go and get my cup of tea. It me again. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on with those ads. Definitely going to have to ask about that. It's confusing as hell. I set it to 3 minutes and it always resets to 90 seconds. So what does that mean? It's bizarre. Anyway, we got another half an hour without the pre-rolls on, so that's good. This build looks like it finished, so that's good. So let's see if we can restart this and have it actually work. Or at least get a different error. I'd take a different error at this point. Okay, so reload. Profile. Onboarding. Hey, we got some categories. Let's go. I never say let's go. What am I doing? Yep, nice. Attributes, beautiful. We got categories. Okay. So what actually happens when we run it now in the app? I can't remember. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay, sweet. Progress. Actual progress. We like a bit of progress around here. We do. We really do. We like a little bit of progress. Oh, and our add thing broke our robot again. It's nice and consistent at least. Wonder why. Have to find that out later. Okay, so now we look at onboarding. Projects view, no. Save projects view. What kind of projects are you interested in? What kind? There we go. It's in walkthrough projects view. Wonder why it's in onboarding. Anyway. So we had categories is return switch categories. Blah, blah, value when null. Okay. So now until we add the actual pictures to the seed, like assets, images, native birds, which is that one, we are going to have to put up with the boxes being blank, but that's okay. Really what we're interested in is the functionality. So we need a component that does this thing. Ideally, it would be a separate component. And that would just be labeled correctly. It looks like you need one row for every two. I can't remember if I got something like that elsewhere. Like where you split up a large list into twos and then do it row after row. Feels like I probably do. But what would be the best solution here? I mean, I don't know that we're actually ordering them by anything in particular. But I feel like maybe... Oh, I know where we're doing it. It's in the projects view. So where we go... It's in. Oh, God damn it. I need to take those breakpoints away. It's in here where we build these lists. So if I look at projects view, suggested. Which one is the actual suggested? Oh, there we go. Pad this out with blank projects if less than 6 are available. Is that what we do? Yeah, we do. Oh, no, we don't actually. We have a total of 6, but we don't pad it out. So how do we get it to work? Suggested projects. Saved projects. Suggested project summary. There it is. If project card's length is greater than 3, right. So we do a column and then a second column if there's enough. That's not really going to work in my case, but it is nice to know that you can do a conditional like that. Where's my tea? I'm going to need some tea for this. Let's see here. The category list is going to be pretty constant. I'm not sure I really need to worry that much about how many categories there are. But I do need to be able to alternate every 2 for every row. So I need to split them up into lists. It's like take 2 from instead of pop, basically do it twice. Oh, thanks very much for the bits. That's nice of you. I don't have any kind of overlay response for it, at least not yet. There was something in there, but I don't think it's working correctly right now. How are you doing tonight? So the trick here is going to be actually that's not it. It's not save projects view. It's walk through. No, it's onboarding walkthrough, which is really confusing. That one. And then categories. So do we want categories to be... We want to kind of sort categories into sections of 2 each and then do them per row. How do you... Can you loop through... during build, or do you have to do it before the return statement? By the way, that's indent is wrong. Wow, that's really annoying. What would it do if I did this? Aha, I see. Okay, fair enough. I could just create these ahead of time as individual elements. So that's probably a decent way to go. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this. And let's create a new component called what would we call that? Onboarding. We would call that category, walkthrough category, onboarding category checkbox. We've got checkbox image, which is good. Onboard, or just category checkbox, I guess. Dart. And we'll look at an example of, what kind of programming language do you just not know? I'm not sure I understand the question. Do you mean what kind of programming language is this? This is Flutter, if that helps. I mean, sorry, this is Dart, but it's the Flutter framework. Sorry, I got completely lost in what I was doing. Right, so we need to look at common, something really simple, a nice simple component. Ace, how the hell are you? We should totally shout out Ace. Ace does awesome artwork. You're so good. I'm so happy to hear it. I am... I am struggling through some Dart for a volunteer project I work on, so it's not terribly interesting, I'm afraid, but it's very nice of you to stop by. So let's start with a stateless widget. I don't actually know if I'll need state or not. But let's start there. I read the title and got curious. This is a volunteer project we work on for environment projects called Bucket. It's essentially a kind of crowdfunding, but for smaller community projects. For people to kind of post news about their projects and contribute money to it and that kind of thing. I'm always so amazed by how you don't get overwhelmed with the coding. Yeah. I guess it's what you're used to. I mean, I look at all the art that everybody does and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I can't do all that. But, you know, it's what you practice, I guess. You work at it until you get comfortable. But because I only work on this one about once a week, I usually forget what I've been doing by the time I get to the next week, and then I have to start all over, which is kind of bad. I wish I could do it more often so that didn't happen. Different fields, totally. I think that's what it is. So if I'm going to do that, yeah, so I need to go back here. And we want to generate one of those every time the database returns us one of these names. Checkbox image is from checkbox image dart. What do you know? Import. Don't want that. Oh, you love it. You love it when you name a file correctly. Bucket. There it is. Checkbox image dart. Okay. We don't need that. Class logo. It's not class logo. It's going to be, what did we decide to call it? Category checkbox. Indeed. Beautiful. What is your problem there? It's not a const constructor. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're saying to me? I do believe it is. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought that a checkbox image would be in the checkbox image constructor? Who would have ever imagined? Now, the thing is, I've got to pass in some stuff. I've got to pass things in such as on changed, required on changed, required this on changed, and then we have final extends form field. That's how I've done it in the past. Interesting. Okay. I see. Tricky stuff. Maybe I should just put it in there instead. I don't want it to extend form field though. How else can I do it? Required on changed. Required on changed. How do I do it? How do I pass it in? This on changed. There we go. Final function on changed. Oh, that can be done. We can do that. That can be a possibility. Okay, so final function on changed. And then we'll go this label. And that can be final string label. What else do we need to know? We need to know the image path. Yes, we do. We need to know final image. No, it's going to be string. Probably object URL. Possibly, I don't really know, but we'll give it a go. Required, maybe not required. Required? Okay. Then what do we actually do with that URL once we get it? Oh, that path is actually not required. Okay. Well, let's not make it required here then. And what is your problem here? Can't have a value of null, blah, blah. But that extends form field. Ow. So that's an SVG picture. Not actually a network image. How do I pass it in if I don't know if it's going to be required or not? Oh, I guess that's all. All right. Yeah, why not? So then we go in here and we go this object URL and then the label and our onChanged. Okay, and then we can take the set state out. We certainly don't need that. And that looks a damn sight better. Now what's going on here? Still the object URL. Explicit non-null or the required. The implicit default value is null. Oh, that's right. You can question mark them, right? No, not like that. Like this? No. I've totally forgotten what Dart does like this. What does Dart do about this? Optional stateless widget arguments. Let's have a look for stateless widgets. Sounds a lot like me. I'm a stateless widget. Ah, there we go. I'm just looking in the wrong place. String can't be, yeah. So can't be assigned to the parameter type string. But I give it a default value. I believe. Path, no, actually path or empty string. Would that do it? We'll try that. Actually, we could do it at this level too, but let's just give it a go. All right, so I think that's all we need for that one. So now we could change this to that. We change this to that. So we could go, for example, what do we call it again? Category checkbox. Checkbox. And we use the label, which would be native birds. Unchanged is going to be one of these. And what was the other thing? The image path. Object URL is going to be this thing here. Wow, that wasn't at all what I had in mind, but never mind, it worked. And that closes there. And then we have a comma, and we can get rid of this. Now the problem is that padding, edge inset's only right. We might have to mess around with that a little bit. So does that actually display, or does it have a hideous error? Oh yeah, it seems to work all right. Let's just come right back to that page to make sure I'm not imagining things. Oh, apparently we've still got a breakpoint. Thought we got rid of those. Oh yeah, doesn't look too bad. All right, so that means that we can automate this now. So we can build a list of category checkbox, and then but we have to wait for this to be available. How do I do that in feed? Oh yeah, like this. So we'll do something very similar. Instead of post container, we're going to be using category checkbox, category list. If categories is async data and categories value is list, I want to say category data for final C in, oh, why are the pre-rolls on? That's so annoying. They were supposed to update so that they run three minutes of ads once an hour, and it hasn't worked. So annoying. The setting's correct. 3 minutes once per hour, but it only ran 90 seconds. So frustrating. Oh well, we'll just have to puzzle it out later. And we'll have to put up with pre-rolls. For final C in categories of value data, category list add, category checkbox, C label, C attributes label, Is that the way it works? I want to say it is. C attributes is category attributes. Wait, is it label? Or is it something else? Name? I think it's name. Yeah. Object URL is C attributes. I think it might just be object URL. Image, no. I need to see attributes. It is nothing. Apparently we don't store the image right now. Okay, well then that's nothing. We'll just leave it out. So object URL will just remove. And then we also have on changed, and we'll pass in an empty function. Now, what's your problem? Category data isn't a type. Really? Pretty sure it is. It's just category. Categories value data is a list category data. Looks right to me. Does it just need importing? Oh yeah, must have just needed importing. Now, that gets us a list of category data, a list of category checkbox. So you could put them all in here, but they'd be all in a row. So you need to have separate rows for every two. How am I going to do that? There's a very naive way of doing it, where you could be like if length is greater than 2, etc. Which we could do to test it and then see if we can find a more ergonomic solution. So it's like if category list length is greater than 0, actually, where was this? It was in project view. Which in turn had suggested project summary. If project card's length is greater than 3, and then ... I see, we've got top row and bottom row. That's really, really blunt, but it works. So you create lots of little individual... No, this is wrong. I think I might actually get ChatGPT to summarize some of the current thinking on Flutter for me, since I only work with Flutter once in a blue moon. Given a Flutter list category checkbox where the list may be of any length, arrange the list items into rows of at most 2 widgets. Rows of 2 widgets. No, at most is right. Each. A grid view. Oh, there's a grid view? Or a column with wrap. Why didn't I think of a column with wrap? That's sensible. The wrap widget automatically arranges its children into rows or columns, depending on the available space. Place these widgets in a wrap. Category checkbox. Return container. Return scaffold, child, wrap. Oh, that's awesome. Spacing, run spacing, children, category checkboxes, map. Yeah, cool. All right. Sized box is interesting. Yeah, good. I'm glad I asked, actually. Let's try it. Let's try playing around with this new wrap widget. That's hard to say. Say that 10 times fast. I dare you. Wrap widget. Wrap widget. Wrap widget. Not too bad. Okay, so we don't need that. And in fact, we'll be able to use it for those other widgets too, which is great. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, here. This is children, not child. Wrap. Creates a wrap layout. By default, it's horizontal and both the children and runs are aligned to the start. The text direction defaults to the ambient directionality. Okay. So, first of all, let's indent a little bit. And then we'll get rid of our rows. Children is category checkboxes. Actually, it's going to be category list, map, checkbox, or map category. Return size box width media query of context size width to -16. Interesting. Don't know that I really like a solution that involves media queries on every thing, but maybe it's okay. Child is category. That means we can get rid of this and this. Basically all of this. All of this. And the next step will be to actually get it working with the form. That's going to be the interesting part. But I mostly just want to see it display. All right, let's try, what's going on here? Foundation. Okay, let's try reloading that. Interesting, lots of errors. Okay, did it actually load them all though? Yes, it did. Look at that. That's good though. We're onto something. We just need to figure out the exact way to use the wrap. So, what happens if I don't run this media query? For example, what if I just do this? Or something similar. I might not necessarily even want the spacing, but let's just see what happens. Hey, that's not too bad. Lots of errors still. What does it say? The asset does not exist or has empty data. Oh, this is errors because I'm passing in empty strings to the SVG. But that's okay. We can deal with that. The question is, does this work overall? Let's take the spacing out of it. And just we'll rely on our own. We'll arrange our own spacing at some point, probably within the. Yeah, but it works pretty well. Maybe I should spend some time seeding some of the images into S3. Well, to be honest, maybe with SVGs we should actually include them in the app. Maybe we do already. Oh, we do. We have assets images. Oh, well, in that case, it seems foolish. We would need to return them from the database. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. I just don't know if we have it in the schema yet. Category. Categories. Image ID. It's not really an image ID though, it's an image path, like a local image path. I suppose we could just create a mapping in Flutter. Be nothing wrong with that. I guess it would just limit the ability to update and add new categories later. We should probably use image IDs rather than local SVGs, but then local SVGs would make it much faster. Yeah, I guess we could use local SVGs. Okay, so image ID is not what we want to do in that case. We want local path. And we'll just we'll ignore image ID for now in the schema, and we'll just map it in Flutter. So how do we do that? We do that probably at the categories repository level. Yeah. So we should add something like a computed value. We do that in a couple of places, I think. Is the one on projects maybe? Combine projects, fetch suggested, doer by project ID. I guess I could do like a SVG path by a category ID. Seems a bit inefficient, but yeah, why not? Yep. So let's go. I think I have a gray background somewhere that I use for the default one. seems to me. Seem to recall. Don't need that. So it won't be a future, it'll just be a string question mark. String image by category ID. Final C equals how do we filter these things again? Here we go. String category ID. State value data first where xid equals category ID. There we go. Or actually we should just map them, right? So actually by category name I think we're going to have to do for this to work. And it's a match. And does Dart have match or does it only have switch case? Does Dart have an equivalent of Rust's match block? Yeah, it's just a switch. Okay. Map lookup? Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect. That'll do it. Map string. SVG map is, and we'll do that. And we need all of the names, which I think I'll be able to pull out of my diff from today. Not my diff, not that at least. Get status. Checkbox image, walk through projects view, yeah. So we have removed. Here we go. Native birds. This is very low tech stuff. But I think in order to get the prototype out, sometimes you've got to make these sacrifices. Images, native, birds. It'll also be fast as opposed to loading everything from S3. What else we got? Trees and planting, assets. Actually, it'd be even better if we could just lowercase the name. Trees and wow, let's spell it right, shall we? Or use like a YAML file or something like that. Or hash it or do something clever, but let's not over engineer ourselves. Assets, images, water care. Tracks and walking. Tracks and walking.
This This is on topic.
Okay.
Promise.
That's good to know. So, why is he in the
It's
suitcase?
an upgrade of Puppy in the Box. We've now got Hound in the suitcase.
Oh, baby. That poor dog.
Yep. He's a boy then.
Could you send me that?
It's already in there.
And where? We've just discovered Ted in an unfortunate position. Which I need to show you because it's funny. Actually, not that. Can I display that? I do believe I can. It's Puppy in a suitcase. Oh, Ted. He's a poor dog. Oh, boy. Okay. Tracks and walking. Awesome. Okay. Where are we up to? We've got, images blank SVG. That's what I was looking for. Was there anything else apart from those? Pest control. No, they're all blank. Okay, so blank, blank. Tracks and walking, water care, trees and planting. Now we're going to get some ads again in a minute. Native birds. And that's it. Okay. Have I really only got 4 in there? I have to fix that. And if there's nothing in there, so how do you perform a lookup and determine? Oh, I see. Question mark. Okay, cool. So let's go return SVG map category name question marks assets images blank SVG. Perfect. So in actual fact, this is guaranteed to be valid. Okay, cool. So now we can build it in a sensible way. It's not going to be an object URL. It's going to be an SVG path or image path. This image path beautiful. Now, get rid of that. And this is going to have image path is, now, how do I call this on the fly? It's category repository provider read, and then we got ads. Oh, now they're going to last for 3 minutes. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, so no, I won't do anything for 3 minutes. Good habit to get into. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Huh. I got another YouTube chatter. Okay. Now then, read, what was it, SVG, hang on, category repository. Image by category name. And the category name is C attributes name. And then the other bit of the puzzle is onChanged. And all of that gets followed by a comma, and then this is wrong. Repository provider read. How do you get the read part? Oh, it's ref read, right. That looks better. Oh, the notifier. Okay. We will eventually get this right. I just don't have the muscle memory for it. Okay, that looks right. Let's try reloading that. Oh, incorrect user parent data widget. That's not good. Oh, but it's working. Interesting. It's just sorted by alphabet, alphabetical sorting. Environment, native birds, pest control, pollution, tracks and walking, trees and planting, water care and wildlife. Incorrect use of parent data widget. Oh boy. Exception caught by widgets library. The parent data widget expanded wants to apply parent data of type flex parent data to a render object which has been set up to accept parent data of, oh my god. Wrap parent data. Expanded widget has the wrong ancestor render object widget. Expanded widgets should be placed directly inside flex widgets. So how do you use, do I just take it out of expanded? Oh, I think I need expanded. Category checkbox. If I just take it out of expanded, it's not going to work, right? Let's just have another quick look at that. Oh, come on, seriously? Clear breakpoints, please. Oh, that actually works. Maybe we don't need the expanded. All right, in that case, if we can get away with that, we just need better padding. Or we need to be able to, yeah, in the wrap, we need to add some padding. There was a way to do that. I saw us using it before. Spacing O, run spacing O. All right, so how does that work? Spacing, I don't know, 5. Run spacing 5. Oh, yeah? I guess the run spacing is probably vertical. Yeah. 16 is the magic number we usually use. That's actually not terrible. I don't know that we need the run spacing. I'll just have a look at it on my phone to see what it's currently looks like. Boop-a-doo. Bucket, where are you? There you are. Sign in. And go to the correct page. Actually, there's not a whole lot of spacing there, so I think that's fine. I might just make it 8 because we're using like multiples of 8 and 16 a lot. I don't really know if I have a solid reason for that, but we are. Yeah, magic. All right, cool. Well, it's 20 to 10, so I'm relatively happy with that for progress. I've got things working, and next time I can actually make the form work. Because it won't work right now, I'll tell you that much. But that's okay. We will. I don't think, should we raid out? We might raid out. I'll see who else is on. But we'll do a commit. And probably not a build right now because it's not terribly functional. But categories, yes. Checkbox, repository, yes. Bucket app dart, what do we change in there? Okay. Yep. 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 Category preferences, work in progress. Nice. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good day's work. Who could I raid out to if I wanted to? Who's floating around these interwebs? Oh, it's Biggs and Bad Cop. And who else? Oh, look, I don't think we need to raid out. Oh, the BRB is still up, is it? Oh, it is. Interesting. So what I think is happening is my homegrown overlay robot code is crashing. Thank you for telling me though. That's very helpful. Yeah, I think it's crashing. So I need to fix that. It's dying at the end of the ad break. Thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out for a little bit. I really appreciate that. It's very nice of you. But yeah, I'm going to call it. It was very relaxing. Sometimes it's nice to co-work with somebody, right? Yeah, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to head to bed so I can get up and make those dollars in the morning. Fun, fun, fun. All right. We'll catch you later.